What's up, guys? Long time no see. Um, I've been playing a good chunk of Digimon, just some Yu-Gi-Oh! Casually, but been having a lot of fun with this deck now that it's got some new support and some new coming out. So I thought I'd give a quick deck profile of what I've been playing and some other options and talk about maybe what some other people are playing as well. So we're not going to go through this in normal order because I think going over the top end first makes a little more sense. Also, it's hard for me to shuffle around right now, but we're going to start with the new EX6 Diaboromon. I know I have one not shiny one. We'll tuck them away there. If you don't know, start of main phase and when Digivolving lets me play a token. All turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon's played, I get to activate his when Digivolving. So if for some reason I tuck another one, I'll be looking into that too. I don't know what I can really do with that, but realistically, it just plays another token whenever they play one, not just by effect too. So that's really nice. And all turns, all of my other Diaboromons gain Jammer and blocking. So that's really the gist of it. We're playing a control game with that and the Diaboromon Ace. I'm down to 3 of this. 4 is just a little too many. And realistically, this one just continuously spams, and I'm not trying to lose form memory every time they get rid of this. There will be some better ways to protect it rather than what we have right now. And on the note of this, I'm also going to talk about the errata. So 4 of this errata. This guy's really important to the strategy. This lets you play a little bit without it, but obviously you get more advantage this way. So just in case you didn't know what the Ace does, by the way, it just when Digivolving and when attacking plays a token, all turns once per turn. When an effect plays another Digimon, so not just mine, not just playing the tokens. If you use an effect to play a Digimon, I get to delete an opponent's Digimon with a 3 cost or less, and then it increases by 2 for every Diaboromon. So realistically, it counts himself, so it's going to be 5 costs or less, even if a token doesn't come out. Well, I mean, if a token, you know what I mean, if I don't have any other tokens. So something needs to be played by effect. The erratas, when I Digivolve into a Diaboromon, I get to suspend it and play another Diaboromon token. So both of these do it when Digivolving, so I get, if I have just one of these, I'll get 2 instead of 1, which end up triggering a lot of inheritables and such. Also gets to trigger, it turns into a 7 cost or less immediate, or 9 cost or less, because he'll play a token that makes it 7. This will make 9 cost or less. So it stacks up pretty quick, and you're really just aiming to put the pressure on your opponent with this. So talking about those, just a quick mention here of the new Infomon from EX6. This on play when Digivolving deletes a token, or just Diaboromon, but realistically it's going to be a token. And then I can Digivolve into Diaboromon for free, and it's heritable all turns when another Diaboromon is played, Digivolve 1. So you play something with this inheritable, right? Underneath it, you play something, triggers this, brings out a token, triggers this, Digivolves, or triggers this, pop, right? So that's really what we're going for, is we're trying to play a control game till we can just put so much pressure up that your opponent can't clear it all at once. Some of the other 5s, well, here, we'll just go through some of the other 5s. Mamemon, right? So reveals top 5, plays a black tamer amongst them. Just a way to get out errata. and when I play another Digimon, I can give something blocker. So a lot of times this is giving everything else blocker but itself. So unless you got two, like, he's not a blocker. So if I Digivolve this on this, plays a token, gives himself blocker. Or if I really want to, I can give one of the tokens a second instance of blocker. So if they delete this, I still have a blocker up, and that's come up a couple times also. So let me just scooch this up and give ourselves a little more room here. And then the other level 5 that I'm trying out, I've seen some other people play this too, Raiji Ludo. So the important part is that they inheritable really. So all turns when this Digimon will be deleted besides my own effect, I can trash a Legend Arms and Digivolutions and prevent it. So realistically, it's him. It's still a 3 and a 7, so it's not causing me any weird memory issues with that. But the other cool part is its hand effect, which I can tuck under a level 5, so it'd have to be one of these. Unfortunately, it's only level 5s. By paying 2, I can tuck it from my hand, and then when it's added to, or if something's added under, it can gain reboot and blocking. That's never happens. But when you use this to add underneath, you can make one of your opponent's Digimon attack at start of main phase. So if I have one of these, I can pay 2, pass turn, tuck, force them to trigger my ace. Comes up sometimes. It's kind of neat. I'm a little iffy on it. There's a chance when we get clock in the end, it also gives some protection and plays a token, but we'll see how it plays out. The level 4s, we'll move these up out of the way now that you've seen them all. The level 4s are 3 of the new one, 3 of the rush, and 4 of the memory gainer. So inheritable when not once per turn, mandatory also. Gains a memory when I play a token, so you can see how we're spamming tokens, gaining memory, making stuff cost less. This inheritable gives all my other things with the same name rush. So it just has to be same name. So if for some reason, I hard play out one of these, well, I have a 5 on top too, right? Most of the time it's going to be a Diaboromon. Also, when Digivolving, if I don't have errata, it plays errata. And then the new one can reduce its play cost by 3 by deleting a Diaboromon, which comes up, right? So if I have a token left on board, between this and this, I can get up pretty easy again and start to recover, which is desperately needed. And then on deletion, it plays a token. So that's like really the game plan. The level 3s now are, I'm just going to scooch everything this side a little bit. The level 3s, we have a lot of searchers, right? Which is desperately needed also. 4 Caramon that search top 5, add an errata and an unidentified. So all but the Mame and Raiji are unidentified. 4 of the new Caramon, which searches top 3, trashes the rest, but it adds a tamer or an option with Diaboromon attacks, which is nice. And then its inheritable is the on deletion plays a token. And then I'm still rocking 4 of the older Caramon, which lets us draw a card. It is mandatory, so there's been times where it's like getting a little sticky. But when I play something with the same name as this Digimon, draw a card. So really, if we're going up a stack like this, and with like this, right? We go into any of these with an errata, we start to gain memory, draw cards, multiple cards, depending on how many erratas I have. and I get to trigger a de-digivolve. So all very nice, and gives me a lot of control. The only problem being I have to get up to a stack first to really establish all that board control. For another tamer, testing out the tie that gives opponent's turn. All my black Digimon gain 1,000. It was Izzy for a while just because it can cost 3. There's only one chance of it whiffing on my 7, but it is what it is. I think this is okay. I really just wish we had another tamer dedicated for this deck. Speaking of the level 7, I'm playing the Armageddonmon. It is white, unfortunately. The new one, I'm still not sure if I play the new one over this. If you don't know this, it is reduced its play cost by 12 by deleting a Diaboromon. So I delete a token. It has Rush, and then all turns when Digivolving effects of 7s don't activate. So basically, this is my hybrid for game, right? Instead of playing a hybrid to get rid of my erratas, this ends up kind of being that, and it's searchable still. The other option that you could play is a Quartz. I'm not playing it currently. I have in the past. It is technically unidentified, so you can search it, which is nuts. But you really have to go over your own stack, and most of the time you just want that stack. There are times where it's like, yes, I have so many tokens out, and like this can suspend a bunch of stuff, gain a bunch of memory, and then trash like a ton of security, right? And then swing for game and stuff. But right now I'm just sticking with the Armageddonmon. Then for options, this is where it gets a little varied for people. Let me move these 3s out of the way. We know what they do. Right now I'm playing 3 of the training. I did have Mem Boost in here too, but I can't see dedicating more than 4 spots to these kind of effects. This is nice. The Mem Boost might go back in. I was playing 2 and 2, but I found myself needing a couple more kill spells depending on the matchup, really. So I kind of made room for them. Those being the Catastrophe Cannon. It is searchable. It's de-digivolve 2, and then if I have a Diaboromon, plays a token, right? So if I have a stack, that's sick. If I have just a token, that's awesome. So a couple times I've had these in hand, right? I have a token. I can de-digivolve the threat, right? Whatever's on board, play a token. Then 2 this free, so that does require a good chunk of memory. But once you have a couple of erratas set up and your memory tamer, you're starting the turn at like 5, like almost every time. And then I'm opting for 2 DG Dimension right now. So it's again de-digivolve 1, but then deletes 3 of my opponent's Digimon with 6 or less. So this is a way to handle floodgates, because besides that, I don't know if I mentioned that part of this guy's effect, right? So on play when Digivolving can delete a opponent's Digimon with play cost of 3 or less, so all the floodgates pretty much. That's why this guy is up to 3, and like the ability to recover is pretty nice. Not literally recover, but build back up quickly. I'm not sure if I like this. Most of the time it's going to cost 7 because I'll have a black tamer out, and de-digivolving 1 multiple guys is kind of nice. There's a lot of de-digivolve, so this is a tough matchup going into the Demon Lords and stuff like that. This is really flexible here. I like all the other ratios, but these are all super flexible. Like before, it was 2 Mem Boost and then these 3, just because this is searchable, right? But there's lots of ways to roll with this. You could like Trident Arm too if you like really wanted to trigger that ace. But again, without a sideboard in this game, it's tough to cover all of your matchups, especially one where like this has some glaring weaknesses to it, right? Then for eggs, you're just going to be playing 4 of the Doraemon. I think that's the best one right now. There's the draw one and the boost one, which I don't know where it is. The other egg that comes out in 17, I'm still not sure that's the best one. It's when the stack is deleted, gain a memory. But I do like this Doraemon, if you don't know, when another with blockers deleted, gain a memory. So it's once per turn, all turn. So this Diaboromon makes all my tokens blockers. I can make this delete, and then it only costs 1, right? Because I'll delete a token to make it cost 2, and then I'll gain a memory. So there's lots of cool stuff that you can do with this deck. The tokens being level 6 and a play cost of 14 comes up a lot, actually. But against anyone that does DP reduction right now, it's a little tricky. And I guess stuff that can't de-digivolve, it's also kind of tricky. But this is where I'm at right now. I'm testing this out and having fun with it, seeing some success, but we'll see how BT 17 shakes out. We get a great Infirmon with the same inheritable at this Infirmon. And you know, maybe we mess with the kill spells and maybe more searching options to just kind of boost the consistency. But once you get up into a stack once, especially if you have an errata set, you are in a pretty good spot for the rest of the game. And it's really just wearing down your opponent and building up your resources until you can kind of push through everything. But yep, that's my profile for BT 16/EX6 Diaboromon. Having a lot of fun with it. Just thought I'd post this quick profile. I know I'm probably rambling a lot, but yeah, until next time.